As-salamu alaykum, Sayyidi.
Wa alaikum salam wa rahmatullah.
Sayyidi, in what ways are women capable of showing fatwa? Are we more susceptible to overthinking as women? How do we stabilize our emotions in times of difficulty? Forgive me.
Yeah, this is the two energy points that the men are more physical, so their actions and physical work, and the women have to contain their emotions through their spiritual practices and to not make emotional decisions and try their best not to activate emotion, so that they understand through their energy, through their connection, through all their practices. So the men are of a physical nature and women are of the emotional nature. So both in their tafakkur and contemplation they have different energy understandings and different realities they're trying to accomplish. So that the man and the male can be the imam and guidance, so they break down all of the harshness of their character to a softness and to open the energy points within their being. Then the feminine nature is that their energy points have to be guarded, because already their energy points are open because they have two spiritual energy points. As a result they can be very emotional and not appropriate. Oh, that person speaks so well, but that person doesn't believe in anything. Be careful of when you say like that, because the Dajjal will be coming out and speaking many things. So it's not just everything, you just take everything based on his emotion, everything is great, everyone is great, everything is so fantastic. No, you have to guard what God has given to you of these energies and you put a parda on it. Like what we have is a taweez, but the whole understanding of the taweez is like a parda, like a veil on it. So you veil your energy based on your strong disciplines of tariqah, that it's La ilaha illallah Muhammadun Rasulullah based on the ishq and muhabbat of Prophet. So then I don't listen if it's outside of that, because the danger of your emotional state is that you listen to everyone, and that's when because of the emotional state they'll pick up on everything, they begin to absorb from everywhere. And it's not that, it's not a buffet where you go to every table and take from everyone's dish. You're asking to take from La ilaha illallah Muhammadun Rasulullah only one dish. So that's the problem, is one is trying to build their energy, so they have to break down and smash all of the barriers of strongness and harshness, and the other one Allah already gave them energy points, and if they direct that towards open dunya they will absorb everything and become schizophrenic and crazy and sort of attached to every type of crazy energy, and that becomes the great danger. And that's why Prophet warned in the last days that the Dajjalic energy would affect the women the most, and the frequencies that come out if they're not controlled and disciplined, well of course this is going to be a great deception and a great difficulty. So one has little energy, they have to build it, the one has too much openness and they have to veil it, and that becomes the reality of the hijab, the parda that locks it and veils your energy. So these are all taught in our energy. That's why they don't move, movement for them have to be restricted. If you have a lot of energy and you move, don't you think you would be sending the energy out and now attracting all sorts of negative creatures? But a man doesn't have that energy. So when the man moves there's no attraction of outside creatures, that's why they look awkward. So these are the realities of why Prophet brought these things for us, because jahal and ignorant people they don't know. So, oh why you have all these rules? It's because you don't know yourself, and that's why 90% of your society is possessed. But the society from the realities and the heavenly realities who kept the reality, they were not possessed, they were teaching people about possession. They were teaching people about these jinn and all these creatures, that if you don't know your energy and you just keep moving your system around, you will attract every type of negative energy. If they attach themselves to you, you can't rid yourself of it, and that becomes then what they call mental diseases. What is a mental disease? other than actually the physical breaking of certain circuits, but it's more in this society based on energies attaching to people. When negative energies attach themselves to people, what happens? All their circuits are off, their information is off, they're entirely been pirated and hijacked. And that's when we talked about parasites and we talked about all these realities. So imagine, if somebody hijacks your electrical system, hijacks your Wi-Fi system and begins to have access to everything. But imagine then a human, that if these creatures come and attach themselves to people, they hijack them, they parasite off them, give them emotions and comments and feelings that are not them. Immediately they become a state of possession. Other people don't recognize it as possession, but spiritual shaykhs understand that there are creatures now attaching themselves to you and you're speaking differently, acting differently because they've attached themselves onto your wires and they're hijacking you. We know it in tech world, somebody comes to the outside of your house through a device, they can hijack your Wi-Fi system. But you say, no, I don't see them. You don't have to see them. They know how to do that from outside. So if that guy can do that, you don't think a jinn can do that? On how they can hijack somebody's energy and begin to manipulate that person even from a distance. So yeah, it's a world that we don't understand, but Islam understands it. When you come and you have your ta'weez, that's a big hijab for you. It's a parda, it's a veil. Hijab is like a veil. Who are you veiling? You're veiling unseen energies, seen people, but you should also be more concerned of veiling yourself from unseen energies because you have two energy points and you're trying to block them from escaping and attracting the wrong energies and creating difficulties, inshaAllah.